episode 3? 4?
3.
Yeah, right.
Kind of 4.
4? Well, it's kind of episode 4 because we recorded episode 3 a few days ago, and apparently we didn't have sound, so we're running it back.
Jimbo of the week.
Jimbo of the week. You guys look great.
Thanks.
You too.
Yeah, thanks, man. So we're just going to dive right into this? What are we doing? What's the game plan?
We're going to do a weekly recap of last week, I believe, starting off. So let's just get right in and hit it.
Yeah.
All right.
The Raiders and Derek Carr, along with Frank Al Gore, team up with global warming to melt the polar bears and lead Chin City past a surging John Randy White. T.Y. Hilton, 24 points, were not great enough to beat Ben, 93.88 to 93.16. Whoop! Whoop!
Whoop! McIntosh nearly shaked and baked himself to a loss, Benson and Brandon Marshall, but have no fear, Adam Vinatieri is here. The kicker scores a season-high 21. Let's go. Ron Jeremy Hill's fantasy week goes flaccid, and Jim shrivels again, 78.8 to 82.4.
Everyone's been wondering Howard Nate could climb back into contention. Well, he's done it with the free agent pickup of the season. Odell Crybaby Beckham gets a garbage TD to lead the commish past Red Rocket Dalton. And you should definitely sleep on him, Joe, 93 to 86.
Tick, 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 tick.
Ooh-wee! Mr. Poopy Butthole is imaginary after all, and has finally come back down to earth, suffering a humbling defeat to Big Ben. He didn't rape her Roethlisberger, and Amari, remember me, Minnie Cooper. Harambe is smiling from heaven, JB at 91 to 88. Whoop! Whoop!
Ezekiel Elliott, sprinter, ran away from the Bengals D like a New York politician from a prostitution scandal and defeated Eli's McAdoo-Doo's Giants. Woo! Artists didn't bring enough pain, and Robbie deflates Rigo in the return of Tommy B, 104 to 65.8.
He could go all the way. Whoop!
You're absolutely right, bro.
Burris and DeMarco Bill Murray get the last laugh as Tim suffers his third straight loss, hoping next week to play Dr. Jackal instead of Mr. Carlos Hyde. Not even Delaney Walker, Texas Ranger, can save him. Tim loses, but just Bailey. 111 to 117.
Woo! Woo, that was a brutal.
Tim, how are you feeling?
Brutal defeat. We're not even going to
All
get
right.
into that.
Oh, hey, guys.
Answer that one, Tim. How are you feeling?
Wow. Right into it. Well done. Well executed there, guys. So I think the way this is going to go here is we're going to jump right into the meat of the talk today, which really focuses here in the first segment around a claim that was made 2 weekends ago after the Bigler Wong wedding. I spent some time at Kingston with John White. John brought up a topic that he had made playoffs in Duckland one year. Pretty quickly, I think all of us realized that it was a pretty outlandish claim, but I figured since John was so adamant that he had made it, I'd go into the league history and do a little digging around. So John, over the last 4 seasons of being in Duckland, has had some pretty poor finishes. There was 1 year, 2014, that John must have thought that he made playoffs. This year, Sweezy F Baby, which is John White, came in 7th place, which is by far his closest to the playoffs ever. And when you look at it in John's shoes, you got to think his other places of 12th being Dress, 11th, and 11th, a 7th place finish probably felt pretty glorious at the time. So it's probably like just as good at making playoffs as he could ever imagine. His other
Not being in the dress bowl.
His other teams that
As good as it gets.
that were represented here. Say Yes to the Dress 2013 was his Dirty Randy and the Boys year. His very first year in the league, the Born Again Tebows finished 11th. Pretty darn close to the Dress. And then last year, Worst to Dress finished in 11th, just coming up shy of his second dress to Prince and the Revolution. So in the end, the claim has been debunked. John is not a playoff team and is perennially probably the worst fantasy football player in the league. I think everyone else has made playoffs at some point. So it's your time, John.
Brutal.
That was kind of depressing.
Any comments on that from the cast?
I mean, go get him this year, John. I don't think anyone's rooting for you harder than myself, and get after it.
And you.
I got a tip. John.
Yeah, hit him with it.
It's just you guys score more points.
Just more points.
It's a pro tip. That's a pro tip for you, bud.
Yeah.
You can commute. I got a commercial going on.
Oh no.
So let's go.
Okay.
Let's go quickly into our favorite college football team, the Ducks.
Let's talk about the Ducks. The Ducks suck.
And
that's talking Ducks.
Okay, I think that's it, Derek.
That's all we need to say.
It's bye week. Divisional breakdown. These are always fun. So
why don't we start with the Southeast?
Let's look at this here. So we have the Southeast, led by Shake and Bake. Southwest, currently led by TD's out for Harambe. We'll get into that more later. South North, Chin City currently lays on top. So Jerry, you want to start us off breaking down the Southeast, where you're currently king of the hill there?
Yeah, king of the hill, Shake and Bake. Least points for and least points against.
You got to play some tough.
A lot of defense being played by Shake and Bake. I think it's just strategic matchup choices because I chose that. So that's how that's breaking down. Not a playoff. I'm gonna make playoffs. I think there's no doubt I'm gonna make playoffs. I'm not gonna win playoffs.
You kind of have you have the intimidation factor going on when you go into these matchups because these guys are just absolutely tanking when they play you.
You're the intimidating physical force. You're like the kid in high school that just like wasn't good at basketball but would just body everybody, scare the shit out of them.
Super big in the paint. Yeah.
But I mean, your team's not bad though. Like, I mean, Gurley, who knows? Like, I mean, he's not what you thought he would be, but he's better than nobody. Arian Foster, if he gets help, I mean, D'Angelo was sick throughout the first few weeks. That's huge.
That was big. That was
hurt.
A big play. And can we transition from my play of picking D'Angelo and to Joe's play of picking Le'Veon?
Yeah, sure.
For instance, spots we're at. So we'll skip second and third in the Southeast right now and just jump right into Nap. Jesus, don't sleep on me.
Yeah. Well, actually, sleep on
Good
him.
move. So I don't know what picks he took, where he took them, but just if we take a look at his team right now.
Oh man.
So Joe has to be really banking on a big second half here from Le'Veon because he's currently the low scoring by points in the league out of everyone. So you're right, Jared. The strategic move of taking D'Angelo has got you flip-flop with the guy that took Le'Veon. And you've scored about the same amount of points.
about the same amount of points, but he's likely a dress contender, and I'm likely a playoff contender. I mean, he's got two Giants wide receivers, and he doesn't have the good one. He's got Shepard and Cruz.
Terrence West is garbage.
He's got two defenses. It's past the bye week. He still has them.
Hey, I mean, it's a roster spot. He's waiting. He's waiting for that waiver pickup.
Kenny Britt and Tyler Lockett on the bench. He took Tyler Lockett before I took Doug Martin.
Doug Baldwin.
Or Doug Baldwin, yeah, the round before. He's had a total of like 20 yards.
I love that Joe is in my division.
Yeah.
Red Rocket Dalton is his starter, which is awesome.
I mean, and like Rawls, like he took him thinking he was going to be yeah.
There's a lot of risky picks.
There was Floyd. He's going to get streaky.
Yeah.
Shepard's a rookie. You never know what to expect with a rookie, although he's been very good, better than ODB. But
we'll get into that. All right, let's touch briefly on Unicorn Tears and my nuts, your chin. Everyone's the least favorite team in the league.
Yeah. So I think a dark horse for me to win the league here is definitely got to be Burris's team. He's 3 smiley toes up and 2 frowny toes down, but he's sitting with a very strong team. He traded one of his wide receivers for Carlos Hyde, who's a garbage time running back, and is just cleaning up this year. Top 10 running back, which is probably the biggest bullshit running back in the league.
It's such a joke.
But who cares? Those garbage tugs, they still count in fantasy.
And Martellus Bennett now apparently is just a touchdown machine. So I guess that was a good pick.
Yeah, just classic Bennett here.
That was
like all the Bennett family, just shitheads, just talking nonstop crap, calling all the whole Bears organization a bunch of bitches. So that was tight.
He hates Witten.
Oh, his mom going off. That was pretty chill.
Yeah.
No, I do have to say, top to bottom, pretty solid team. He's got DeMarco who's playing good ball. Cooks is a little streaky, but he's a big play guy. AJ Green's consistent. He's got 3 quarterbacks currently on the roster. The one bad pick here was Duke Johnson before Crowell, but who knows? He could go down.
So Burris obviously read fantasy article, pick up Marcus Mariota for this game week.
Yeah.
That is 100% what's going on this week with him.
Hey,
I had him.
That was purely a fucking fantasy football article.
In my other league, definitely have that guy. That's a my other league quarterback right now.
All right.
Good move.
My nuts
and then,
your chin.
Oh man,
my nuts your chin.
This is
God.
I hate even looking at this.
This fucking guy.
The worst part is
Tom Brady's
even,
back, and we're not going to hear the fucking end of it.
The worst part is Robbie's never even going to listen to this podcast. He's so
This is
checked
good. We
out
can
of
talk
the
a lot
league.
of shit.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't even check his team.
He's checked
Rumor
out
has
of the
it.
league. For everyone that doesn't know, I taught Robbie how to use his NFL fantasy app the night before he had 3 people on a bye. He never changed player on his fantasy app.
He can use a computer.
And he was playing me, and then his team goes off the next day, and I lose.
Speaking of going off, Jordan Reed finally goes off for 3 touchdowns, and then decides to get another concussion. And so he's probably retiring.
Well, he had the 3 touchdown week the week he played me, and he hasn't scored a touchdown the rest of the year. And now he's probably done.
Tim, that's the story of your team.
The tight end matchup.
Robbie's team.
Good to me.
I just fucking. I stand by the point that he's the Rex Ryan of the league, and he just fucking talks so much shit, and he's the best thing since ever, and he's just never done anything to prove it.
He talks like a huge game. You're like, damn, that guy's a good coach, and then you look at his record, you're like, oh shit, he's only made the playoff once. And
if Robbie had a brother, can you imagine if we had another fucking
a brother with long hair?
How terrible this league would be.
Look at how many double ups he has on his team. He has 2 Patriots. He has 2 Eagles. He has 2 Bears. Why is he doubling up on everyone? When he's on a bye, he's just gonna be terrible.
Excited for that bye. That'll be fun.
All right. Anyways, I think the most
fucking Rob.
Man, just that image of a long-haired Robbie that's just fatter and just wants to eat wings all the time and just crush natty lights is so awesome. Give me that guy in our league tomorrow.
Lets the facial hair grow.
Yeah.
My nuts.
But yeah.
My nuts, your chin. Terrible.
Yeah. But hey.
With Tom Brady,
turn it around.
It's not bad, unfortunately, for the rest of the league.
So should we?
What's the over under on him winning that bet? By the way, with the league,
So
basically the entire league.
He's got to lose two weeks before playoffs, and he has. I think he had 3 people, including myself, go in on that. So we win 50, or we lose.
I'm in on that too.
100.
Yeah, nice.
You're in that. And it could be big for Rob, but
well, he has the money now, so that's good.
let's hope someone takes him down.
Let's touch on the Southwest Division.
Southwest,
huh?
Everyone's favorite division.
Southwest, your boys' division. Huh?
Quick note on this division. A little recap from last week's podcast and also the week before. Nate talking shit on my team, saying that they're never gonna win another game. John coming out of the woodwork, just telling me how much my team sucks. That he's gonna roll through the division. Hey, well, guess what, motherfuckers? Sorry, we'll bleep that out. We'll bleep that out. Guess who's on top? Harambe, looking down from heaven. 3-2.
So take a little break here. I'm gonna do a deep dive.
By 1 win.
Worthless Burger at the top.
Let's go.
It's not good.
Spencer Ware, DeAndre Washington is not the most intimidating combo at running back. We'll say that. Marvin Jones.
DeAndre Washington has a lot of upside right now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Not really.
You guys don't understand. There's a lot of buzz out here in the Bay about him.
Oh, really? See?
Yeah.
There we go.
Insider scoop. Just FYI.
I don't get why they don't run Latavius Murray. I mean, I know he's hurt right now, but that dude to me, athletically looks like such a horse. He reminds me of a DeMarco Murray type body.
He's a piece of shit on the sidelines, though.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about him. He should be really good, but he doesn't run well. I don't know. He doesn't pick his holes very well.
Yeah.
He's always running in the back of his own linemen and stuff. Okay, so the rest of Josh's team, I think we're all in agreement that this team is weak at some spots. Is that safe to say, Jared?
That's super safe to say. I do have to say, though, we gave them a lot of shit for picking 2 Raiders, and the Raiders have one of the best offenses in the league right now.
They're nice.
So I have 3 Raiders actually.
I think we gave you. Well, now you do. I think we gave you so much shit about the Raiders sucking. You believed you made bad picks, and you were like, "Fuck, I fucked up." And it's kind of working out.
Oh, it's because I almost went C.J. Anderson and I didn't. But now I'm obviously the first 2 weeks I was like, "Fuck, I made the wrong choice." But C.J.'s trending out and. We'll see. I'm not going to win it all this year unless, win and get in. If I get in the playoffs, who knows? But I'm going to need I need Dixon to become a starter. I need Jamal to go down. I really need a star running back, and that's something I don't have. Yeah. That's going to be my Achilles heel.
Unlike the next team
I think you're in a pretty... Fuck your team, Tim. I think you're in a pretty similar situation as me, Josh. You're top of your division right now, but really shouldn't be.
Yeah. The thing about it, water always comes to level, and Tim's team probably should be 4-1. Yeah. And somehow, some way, he just doesn't play any defense. He's like Texas Tech.
It's so dumb. I'm like Cliff Kingsbury as a head coach. All the guys like me on my team. We have a ton of fun together, but we're not winning ball games right now. So annoying.
Tim as a GM would be pretty fun, as long as he keeps that stash.
My team morale would be so high every week, and then my defense just collapses. But let's look at this.
Melvin Gordon,
Melvin and
Cam
David
Newton,
Johnson.
David Johnson
are both top 5 running backs right now. David Johnson's number 1.
That's savage. That's a savage first.
Just horses.
A lot of times, when you're drafting in your league, you take a couple gambles. You're drafting people, and sometimes people just don't pan out. Every single person that Tim drafted has panned out. Yeah, it's incredible.
That's very true.
It is incredible, except for Josh Gordon.
Except for Cam Newton's been my weak link so far.
But that's not a bad weak link. I feel like Cam's still gonna give you solid numbers, and then Jimmy Graham is back. So
I'm gonna have a tough play each week at tight end between Delaney and Jimmy.
All right, let's talk about the other teams.
All right.
We don't want to, but we have to.
Randy, dirty.
DRATB, baby. Yeah. Let's look at this guy. What do we think?
How many times has John changed his team name?
It's always about Randy.
The guy that did the most research preseason.
Oh, side note too. John, like not. I don't know what's. I mean, get together, man. Rick and Morty's fucking hilarious. I don't know what you. There's no way you watched the whole thing, but if you did, maybe you're just too dumb for the humor. I don't know, but.
Let's poke at this.
Can we get like the fucking hip hop air horns on that?
Yeah. We'll put that in.
The biggest risk to John this week is that Cameron Brate has a bye. He's starting Chelsea. That's going to hurt. Will Fuller is still very questionable in his taser little slot position there. Rashad Jennings is a toothpick. He gets hurt every single week. Christine Michael is, I guess he's...
Aaron Rodgers is having a terrible season.
Rodgers sucks.
By his standards.
So outside of that, John doesn't have a lot going on. He does have the Steelers and the Texans on D. Both are usually a threat week in, week out.
Yeah, one of those teams will score a touchdown all the time.
They strike fear. Not at all. They suck.
If we ran back all of John's teams, though, this got to be one of the best, no?
I think it probably is one of the best. I was actually looking at some of his past teams, and they were horrible. So this is not bad. Ty is solid. Allen Robinson. I guess his receivers are not too bad.
I think next to Burris, he has the best receivers in the league.
Yeah, I'd probably give him that. But I don't know.
I mean, Ty has been on fire.
Ty is great.
And Allen Robinson's consistent.
Can we stat check that?
Yeah.
I'm sure we could. Rigola, in the meantime, Rigo's been scratching and clawing out there. You know, I get a trade request from Rigo about once a week.
I get it like once a week too.
Yeah,
he fishes. He does.
The effort's there.
The efforts. Since we had to recast this, what about that fucking waiver wire trade that went through? Was that legit or is that fishy?
That scares me. I mean, the heart of this league is built on integrity, and I don't know what Nate's doing behind the scenes anymore.
You hate to see some like oligarchy, authoritative,
some app trash. Like what?
What?
Who's app trash?
Some fishy,
A little fishy.
Back to top receivers. Antonio Brown, number 1. My man Marvin's Room, number 2. Wow. Julio Jones, even with that 33-point game, number 3. And then T.Y. is at number 4. And then Big Timmy, number 5 with Mike Evans. So we have, our division has some power at receiver. So watch out.
That's very true. We have Julio, Marvin, and Mike, and Ty.
For Dino's team, where's Robinson? Where's Allen Robinson on the mix?
He's
down.
He's actually down a bit.
Is he? He's hit or miss. He's
on the top 25, but I think the Jags are still going to be jagging off, and they're going to get it together.
Crazy, the people that are on this: Tyrell Williams, Terrell Pryor, Mike Wallace are all above Allen Robinson.
Yeah. That's some wild shit.
Crazy.
All right, well, talking about elite wide receivers, how about Regola? Let's talk about Regola.
Yeah. Julio.
Swooping in Larry Fitz.
Solid. Terrell is a wild card. He can be boom or bust, I'd say.
I mean, it's weird to me, like, this team is bad. I feel like Matt's on the same, like, our teams have a lot of similarities, but he just... where I was on the lucky end of things and a couple breaks went my way. For Matt, they haven't, and he's 2-3. But I still think this team is really solid, especially if Jay Stu can be like 3/4 of what he was last year, and Ingram stays healthy. He's in good shape.
Well, he still has Tyler Eifert if he ever comes off the IR. This team isn't bad. This division is really tough.
Yeah,
it's a good division. How do you guys feel about Carson Palmer, Larry Fitz, and then John Brown? All in the starting lineup.
All on this team.
Probably why he's trying to pawn off Larry.
Yeah,
I just have a feeling John Brown's not stealing too many of those targets.
I never know what Brown. I never know which Brown it is that's getting the catches down there. They got like two 5'10" fast little guys.
John Brown is a tough play week in, week out, I'd say. I'm looking through his historical. Week 1, 0.8. Week 2, 1.4. He had 2 decent weeks, and then last week he went for 1.1.
He's a boomer bust guy. You're
boomer
either getting 15 or you're getting nothing.
Hasn't scored a touchdown yet this year.
I would probably play Terrell Pryor this week over John Brown, but maybe he knows something.
This cast goes off on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hop down to the.
I'm playing Rigo this week. I hope my thing goes off on Sunday.
Let's pop down to by far, not even a question, the weakest division by a landslide.
Is the so bad?
The South North.
And it starts with the name.
South North. It just goes right along with it.
This division
the name makes no
sad.
sense. The GMs in this division make no sense. The fucking teams are. It's just this division is crazy.
It's a shithole.
Literally, Poopy Butthole is like in second place in this. Y'all owe delusional. How is with the way his team is played? How is he even? And he's 3-2. He's got the same record. He's got a better record than I do. I mean, this blows my mind. Prince and the Revolution is...
Which you already know means is argument for their saying their division's better than the Southwest.
Yeah, but come on.
So gross. So let's pop in.
Let's break it down. Start with Chin City.
Chin City. I was saying this when we recorded earlier this week. Chin City is always a surprising guy to see at the top, but he's very consistently there.
Yeah.
I don't know. His team is never flashy. He just has guys that don't get hurt, and they're just the 10-point a week kind of guys, and he's just consistently. It's
just like Chin.
there.
It's just the get it done attitude, and we definitely need a source check on what he's treating his players, because I have a feeling there are no veggies and it's just all meat.
Just straight protein.
We need a source check on that, but that's why his team never goes the distance.
That's true.
In the playoffs, you need some veggies. They start getting cramps. He's never going to win the division with that diet.
Like let me pop through starting lineup and just how lackluster is this lineup, but how somewhat consistent they are.
Please.
Derek Carr, LaShawn McCoy, Frank Gore, Demarius Thomas, Antonio Brown, the only guy with a little flair, Dennis Pitta starting at tight end, Kevin Coleman. His bench, solid guys like Alfred Morris that are going to score some points if people go down. T.J. Yeldon, Matt Jones, Deshaun Jackson, Tyrell Williams, Eddie Roy. Just a very under the radar type guy. Besides the number 1 overall pick.
He's got some talent surrounding Antonio Brown. They have terrible weeks, or they're not. I don't see this team going far. I just don't. I don't see LaShawn McCoy holding it down as an RB2. I don't see Frank Gore is injury prone. It's. I'd be scared if I'm Chin. I'm not liking y'all delusional right behind me. I'm not liking Mr. Poopy Butthole right behind me. It's just I'm scared if I'm Chin in this scenario.
Well, Dennis Pitt is a tough start week in, week out because Flacco is pretty garbage. Yeah, I think this is probably a playoff team in my opinion, but one that is most likely out pretty quickly in the first round.
So let's go to Mr. Poopy Butthole. Wow.
This team just reeks of mediocrity.
Smells like a poopy butthole to me.
Drew Brees, I guess he's okay. Forte is just plummeting. Sproles is his starting running back this week.
I mean, I'd take it right now.
Jeremy Maclin, very underachieving since he went to KC. Hopkins is not what he was last year. Fleener is just, who knows what you're going to get there. Jamal Charles hasn't really got significant stats yet. This is a very scary spot, I think, to be in if you're Poopy Butthole, because none of your guys are that good overall.
There's no elite player yet. I mean, Jamal could break out and then carry the team, and then all of a sudden
That's true.
That would change everything. If Jamal is Jamal Charles, this team could take off and actually run away with the division in my opinion because Drew Brees has been solid. Forte, and this team. It needs to stay healthy basically. If this team stays healthy, it has a chance. I still like Chin right here in this division, but
it's an injury-riddled team for sure. I do like Theo Riddick, although he's one of those guys too. He's gonna get injured, but he could be good.
Yeah, he's become a great fantasy guy.
Out.
Well,
okay.
let's dive into actually. Let's save Nate. I want to save Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's dive into Prince.
Okay.
Oh, the revolution is dead.
The revolution died.
Someone tell Prince the revolution's
over. Rest
over.
in peace, Prince. Man,
holy
sad shit.
Yes.
Oh.
He just traded his best player, Matt Ryan, for Eddie Lacy, who's questionable this week. This team is not going anywhere fast.
No.
Besides down. Russell Wilson, he picked him so early. I know Russell was rated high coming into the year, but Russell's so hard for me to play week in, week out. Fat Eddie is just smaller version of what he was, still slow. James White, tough play.
I mean, he's been just stricken with injuries. It sucks that both Dez and Rob haven't played at all.
His first two picks
haven't played. So, I mean, that's just...
Heartstrings.
It's tough.
Fucking heartstrings for Jimbo, man. He always has terrible luck. While we're talking about that, we need to figure out as a league what's happening if you get back-to-back dresses.
Yes.
Consequence.
What the punishment?
You've already worn a dress. It's already embarrassing. There's got to be something worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, we're gonna need it. It's got to be like a skirt or something like we got to take it up a notch.
What about
tattoo?
What about
maybe have to tattoo a dress on your ass.
Hiring a date for the night for Jimbo.
Yeah.
And dress again.
Get him a little.
Like a creepy Craigslist date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do. We'll talk about that as a league. I think that has to be top priority in the offseason for Roger.
I mean, technically, I still have to go on a date from like 3 years ago with someone on Craigslist. So, Robbie, if you find me a date,
Wow, that's cool.
Think about it.
Was that a side bet?
Yeah, that was a side bet.
Let's go. Are we going into Nate? We want to do this?
Yeah, we fucking do.
All right.
It would be pretty fun if we didn't talk about him. How butthurt would we be?
He's been waiting for this moment all cast. Should we cut to the next segment?
So, Nate, it was funny. We were talking about this a couple weeks ago, or actually at Bigler's party. It was that there's no one I hate losing more to than probably, it goes Nate and Tim for me. With Tim, like, he beats you, and then he'll send you a little smiley text. Just be like, good game.
I like to get
smiley.
Just,
and then, he's just a dog.
Sarcasm at its
And then
finest.
Nate, everyone knows it. Like, he just digs at you.
He's
like,
the loudest guy in the league.
Yeah, he's going to talk about it. He's going to talk about how great his start was. But his whole season was saved by Jordan Howard. Like, he actually has a chance now to, like, make some noise.
Unfortunately.
If a team's
that was a big pickup.
If any team's going to make some noise now, I think he's our biggest, proponent person to do that. So we'll see.
What spot was he on the waiver order to get?
It wasn't
Howard?
even that. So like
Josh fudged up.
I've really fudged up. So I had him on the waivers, and then I ended up getting Asiata first, and then I went to go drop AP, and I was deciding between Jordan Howard and Devontae Booker, and I really thought CJ was like trending down. I thought Jeremy Langford gets healthy, and also Hoyer's at quarterback. I'm not going to go with that. So that was a bad call by me. That was definitely a bad decision.
Jimbo.
Big time Jimbo.
I feel like that's happened to you before too.
I do that. That's kind of my move. That's my kryptonite.
So you hate losing to the Roger Goodell and to Timmy G.
Yeah.
Who came named in the league. Yeah. Very uncreative. Tim, who do you hate losing to? Who do you hate losing to?
Who's your
Robbie.
Guy? Robbie, hands down. When I lost to Robbie, the other week, I was in a state of depression for a couple of days.
Losing to Rob's pretty embarrassing because the whole league's like, ooh, fuck.
Yeah.
And then his stupid text messages that he rants on. Like, I don't even read those. They're so dumb. Like, I read one line, like, this is just stupid. And I stop reading.
It's like Sunday night, your phone like is just over in the corner, and you just hear it dinging, and it's just like the corner gets
like
dark
novel.
in the room.
It takes up more than your entire iPhone screen.
It's fucking terrifying. I hate that.
It's awful. All right, well, let's go.
Robbie writes fucking novels.
Yeah,
Let's do matchups this week. Let's do just a fly through.
Yeah, okay.
A fly through.
All right, I'll list them off, and then you guys say. So this week, TD's out for Harambe versus Prince. Who do you got?
Ooh,
Harambe.
I'll take Harambe and just the.
That's an easy pick. Sorry, Grace.
Just the easy steal of the week there. That's the one you got to bet on.
Yeah, but see, I've lost to Jim like so many shitty times. Like I think that's another shitty loss. Is like you just hate to lose to Jim. Like that's just not good. You're not in a good place when you do that.
James, the text James sends you if you lose to him is so unsatisfied. He's more sarcastic than Tim. He just doesn't get to showcase it as much because he always fucking loses. But you're so right. Losing to James is brutal.
I've lost to James.
He'll let you know.
Yeah, it hurts.
All right,
who else sucks losing to is Burris. While we're on this topic, Burris does the same thing where he's like, oh yeah, I totally would have played that guy too. No, you fucking wouldn't, you liar. You're so happy he's on the bench.
He plays the nice guy card on you.
Yeah.
You know what Green said to me this week? He said, did you mean to sit Brandon Marshall? Fucking asshole. You're right. Losing to Green, losing to Burris. Fuck, dude.
Speaking of Burris, we got Unicorn Tears versus Mr. Poopy Butthole in Game 2. Who do you guys like?
Ooh, I'm going happy toe for Unicorn Tears.
I really like Burris' team a lot. I think he's my dark horse to win the league.
Yeah, Unicorn Tears in a landslide.
All right. Then we got Robbie. We got the Battle of the Chins. My nuts, your chin versus Chin City. Whose chin is going to be on top?
2 chins, half a nut from Rob.
I'm going with the original Chin City, Sin City. That's my boy. I think I also got money on that, so I want him to take that one.
Shit, man.
I'm going to be rooting so hard.
I'm a little biased.
I mean, I think everyone's rooting for Chin. I think that Robbie rides this Tom Brady war tour to a victory here and pulls it out.
Can we all agree that Chin
How
City...
annoying is it that he kind of has a good team?
Oh, it's the worst. I was like looking at after week 1. I was like, oh fuck.
It's so annoying.
Sorry, didn't mean to cuss. We'll beep that out.
Anyways, I would say Chin City is the easiest guy to root for in the league. Can we all agree on that? Like, why would you go against Vinny? You know, it's like, of course,
good guy, Vin.
I mean, I think every single player in the league is going to be pulling just as hard for Chinny as they are almost with their own team.
You're right. Rooting for Chin's it's like rooting for the retarded kid. You just want him to do well.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Especially when they're going against just the Dark Lord in the league, Robbie.
Yeah.
Everyone hates
the
him.
Dark Lord.
Just sick, you know.
All right, so Jared, you can't pick on this one because obviously we know who you're gonna pick, but we got Shake and Bake versus Regola.
Ooh.
Regola, I know.
I think Regola is gonna shake and bake himself to a win this weekend.
I like what he's done. He's made some good maneuvers, and I think he pulls it out.
He's got a respectable quarterback now, even though he's not playing him this weekend, Matt Ryan. I think Stewart's going to be back. I think he's going to sneak it out. I think Jared's luck is starting to run out here.
Oh, excuse me.
Ooh, it sounded like
I was
you
just sick of it.
There.
Yeah, it was just a lot of bullshit.
That was just him thinking of losing to Regola. Just throwing up on live air. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. That Seattle game will be huge for Matt, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, Jared. Then we got Nap Jesus versus Timmy G. Is this the week that Tim finally gets over the hump, or does he
breaks the? Are you 3 losses in a row?
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope Nap Jesus takes it, but my knee-jerk reaction is going to be with Timmy G at the worst team name in the league.
By far the point leader in the league. I'm 2-3. It's not even
awesome.
close.
He's already been like 700 points against him.
This is football, boys.
This is why you come to play. These like matchups like this. Like, there's no reason that Joe should win this game at all. I could see Joe pulling it out. It would be massive. It's a must win for Joe. His baby's in the corner here. Like, everything's going against him, so he needs to win here. I could see him pulling it together.
It is a must win.
Over under Greg Olsen 30 fantasy points this week. I'll take the over.
Every time.
Someone on Joe's team, you're right, is going to have their best game of the season.
Le'Veon against a shitty Miami team. Bortles against a mediocre Chicago team. Lamar Miller against a shitty Indiana team.
This happens to me
Let's
every
go.
week.
Lamar Miller's breaking out 3 tugs.
He's finally going to score touchdowns.
None of these
And Tim's
matchups
going
are
down.
hard. The Giants, Atlanta, Washington, New Orleans. I'm nervous.
Yeah, Tim, you should be. You got
Greg Olsen might have 4 touchdowns against New Orleans. Luckily, they're all going to be from Cam, though.
Oh, man. And last but not least, I think this is probably the matchup of the week here. The one that we'll all be watching closely.
Yes.
2 high-profile teams this year. Dirty Randy versus the Commissioner, y'all delusional.
Wow.
There's a lot riding on
This is going to be a fun one.
Raj versus Rondi.
Oh my God, dumb versus dumber. Who are we taking on this one? I think I gotta go. I'm going Dirty Randy and the boys.
Yep. Randy and the boys. I think it's going to be a squeaker on the last night on Monday Night Football. Catanzaro is going to have a huge night, and John's going to take it by 1 point.
This is going to be a close one. I think Odell is getting back on track. He's not going to be the star that we had hoped, but that's fine. He's such a baby.
I like him where he's at.
He's such a baby now. It's crazy. CJ obviously didn't help Nate here at all. It's going to come down to Howard, and if Howard can score a touchdown and keep this hot streak going. If he doesn't,
dude,
it's not looking good.
Game over.
And
you're right. On the low, though, Nate's team is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, it's solid.
And he always sandbags and is like, I fucking hate my team. The team's so bad. I fucking hate them. Trade me. He fucking loves his team.
He loves
Yeah.
him.
A matchup
They're pretty
here.
fucking good.
A matchup that's going to be really important to watch is the T.Y. Hilton Andrew Luck connection. That's gonna end up, that could be the game breaker. If Andrew Luck throws touchdowns to anyone but T.Y., that's huge for Nate. But every touchdown goes to T.Y. So thank you, Luck. T.Y. Luck.
All right.
Should we do a little nasty locker room talk here before we sign off?
Yeah.
Nasty locker room talk.
Oh, let's just
what
first
do you guys
off.
want to talk about?
What are we going to talk about? Who's going to win it all? Or let's do a little locker room predictions.
We'll do predictions first.
We'll do our predictions first.
Predictions first?
So give me first and second, and then give me the 2 teams battling out for the dress, and who ultimately is showing a little ass next Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend or whatever one it is.
I'll roll first. So I think to win it all, this team's going to get in the playoffs. They've been making noise all year. Burris is going to win it all. He's got the squad. He's going to get in the playoffs. He's gonna take it by storm. He has nice playoff type players.
Who's he playing?
He's going to be playing your boy. TD's out for Harambe with Dixon coming back strong. New offense in Baltimore.
Dennis Dixon is literally this is going to be Josh's savior. Everything's riding on Tim.
No, actually, I think he plays Tim, and just the way Tim's year is gone, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. My dress, I think this person just tanks. Is crying on the field all year long. And it's going to be Nate. Nate's finally going to wear the dress.
Wow.
Yeah, he's going to be a dresser guy.
Injury to Jordan Howard this weekend.
Yeah.
Is a prediction of mine.
Just kidding. It's actually going to be James.
James versus Nate in the dress bowl, though?
Yeah.
And you're electing James for back-to-back dresses.
Yeah.
Nice.
Watch me lose this week.
Jared?
First place in the league. Are you allowed to pick yourself?
Yeah. I am.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick myself. Odds are against me. I gotta be honest. I don't like my team too much, but I think I'm gonna do it. If it's not me, the second place team, I'm gonna have to say, goddamn, I don't want to say Tim, but I mean it's hard to argue against the most points in the fucking league. So
I agree.
Probably gonna go with Tim. Unfortunately, you got to change your team name though. You're gonna keep losing unless you change your team name.
Dude,
and then for the dress,
it
I think
matches the
Rigola's
Titans.
gonna go ahead and if Rigo loses to me this week, he's spiraling. I think a trade between the two worst teams or a waiver swap between the two worst teams still makes you the two worst teams in the league. I don't see that helping one of them more than the other, so I think it's going to be Rigola and Grizz battling for who's going to wear the dress twice.
Wow. Okay.
Prediction.
For the league champ, I'm definitely taking the Timmy G. Is the best name in the league. But
so bad.
The shocker here, and you guys already know this because you had a sneak peek on Tuesday during the first recording. I think Robbie Poole is going to somehow sneak into the playoffs, and that means Shake and Bake's going to tank. Unfortunately, Unicorn Tears will make it, and Nap Jesus is just going to stay pretty much at the bottom. But My Nets Your Chin is going to sneak into the playoffs. No one's going to be happy about it. He's still going to lose the $50 bet, but I think Robbie, in the shocker of the year, is in the championship game with me, and then I just slaughter him in the finals.
I just got sick to my stomach.
It pained me to think about it. Tom Brady's back, and his team weirdly looks pretty solid top to bottom. But we're going to leave that depressing topic, and we're going to go to the bottom feeders in the league. There's no way Prince isn't in the draft bowl. And I think he could be battling it out with Poopy Butthole. I think that division, Chin is the luckiest guy in the world because his division is just that bad. And I think Nate and Chinny probably end up top of that league, and then Prince and Butthole are just grinding it out for the dress. I think Prince pretty easily takes the dress again this year.
That's tough. When doves cry, Jim.
I like the predictions.
Yeah.
So a few topics to close us out here. Kaepernick starting. What do you think, Jer?
Is it going to kneel before the game?
Yep.
Is it going to kneel during the anthem? Is he still doing that?
And the Ryan brothers see this as their American like to them this is the Iraq war. This is Nam. They will eliminate Kaepernick from the face of the earth. They want him dead. They have
so much energy coming into this game.
They are going to sack him. They want to pound him into the ground.
They're going to be bringing house blitzes on every single play.
Every play.
Weak side, right up the gut, everywhere. There's going to be a lot of points, I feel like, in that game because they're just going to want to just kill that guy.
Yeah.
Aguayo.
He got the yips, man. But he fixed them.
Yeah.
He had the yips, and now they're gone.
He's still missed two chips at the field.
But he hit the game winner, that sly son of a bitch.
It's pretty bad.
Well, let's talk about the rise and fall of Kenneth Bone.
My man.
Josh's guy.
I love this guy. He's a real life meme. I mean, who doesn't love this guy? Like, honestly, after everything that's come out the last, 24 hours, I love him even more now. You know? Like, who doesn't get down with a little bit of porn? Who doesn't commit a little bit of fraud? Who doesn't have a controversial take on a murder that happened? You know, just, come on. We all have it. He just happened to put it online.
Shit. Yeah.
You find me a person that doesn't want to see a girl with Japanese features and Brazilian curves, and I'll show you a fucking liar. Bleep that F word out.
He fell apart pretty quick.
Yeah, that's all right.
Greg Hardy in the MMA. That's awesome.
Yikes.
I want him to get
gonna bleed
cold
out.
cloth.
He's gonna die.
He's gonna
Can you
probably
imagine
die.
the ferocity that someone would come after Greg Hardy?
Oh,
That's gonna be so
that'll be fun.
tight. I'll pay for that.
Does he do roids?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
too.
And
Yeah, he's gonna have to get that under control.
he's that guy.
Yeah. You know who else has probably done roids? LeBron.
Yeah,
Start the rumor here. You heard it
Okay.
here first.
I don't know.
He's kind of a freak of nature.
That's tough.
That's tough.
Okay, well, guys, I think we're wrapping this podcast. It's been fun.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you rather
Ooh.
every morning you wake up, you have to fight a rabid raccoon?
Every morning.
Yeah.
With rabies.
Jared, do we lose you?
Rabies. He's rabid. Every morning. Yeah, I'm here.
Wow.
Every morning. Or every morning you wake up, Rob Cool's whispering sweet nothings in your ear. Hot breath,
Ooh.
mustache tickling the ear a little bit.
I could only imagine what that breath smells like in the morning.
He brushed his teeth for you.
He would?
Boy, that's tough.
Oh, yeah. It's real creepy.
You know,
You could learn to knock out a raccoon pretty quick. I think.
raccoons are cute too. I don't think Robbie.
Yeah, but
is.
it's rabid, and it hates you. You guys are like arch enemies.
Fuck, man.
They just sleep.
It's like a cartoon. Every morning, you guys fucking warfare. First thing when you wake up, you don't get to like no relaxing, no hidden snooze. You're fighting a fucking rabid raccoon.
Could you imagine Robbie's low tone, just earthy voice in your ear?
Josh is losing it.
That makes me sick.
Oh.
So we're taking the raccoon.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I gotta go raccoon.
I'd sleep with a knife.
Unanimous.
Yeah, I'll kill a raccoon every day. I don't care. Fuck those
Okay.
guys.
Done.
So do you guys like to grab pussy?
Grab her in the pussy. Trump, what a legend.
Do you like to
16.
Hey, can we get that? Can we get Grizz's? Can we edit Grizz's cinnamon challenge in here
Yeah.
Let's hit it now.
with the credits?
With the credits.
We
Touch
do
pussy?
credit like
Grab-
that.
Grab pussy.
That's how we're out.
Yeah.
Good luck, everyone, tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Enjoy the
G.
Saturday, boys.
Timmy G's to the top.
It was fun doing this with you.
Cheers, Duckland.
What just happened?
It just turned into a solid. I can chew it.
I promise this is actually cinnamon, guys.
That was dumb.